everybody. Welcome back to Durbin's Bourbon. We're down in the bar. I'm Joe.
I'm Josh.
Guess what? Tonight, we're going to be doing a tasting of the George T Stagg. I got to give a big shout out to Scott at My Bourbon Journey. We did a bottle swap for Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. Weller that I had a few in my collection. He had a couple Staggs. We did a bottle swap. So shout out to you, Scott. Thanks, buddy.
And neither of us have tried this one.
No,
so
that's right.
It's pretty exciting.
We're pretty excited. I got goosebumps. You got goosebumps?
No,
I do.
I believe you do.
I do. Shall we open it? Let's do this.
Absolutely. Now we have the junior. We've tried a bunch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Isn't it the same? This one's just aged longer, I believe.
Yes. The junior is was it typically like 4 to 7 years?
I think it's.
I don't know if it even says, might be 8. And this is supposedly 15 to 18, somewhere in there, I think. If any of you out there know, put a comment. We didn't do a lot of research beforehand on that.
We've been trying to get this for years because where we live, it's a lottery for all the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, and I've never won one. You've won a few.
Couple, yeah.
Which ended up getting us this one, but this one, but I get to share.
Oh, man. It smells delightful. Well, the customer is to pour your best say, first.
Manners.
Yes.
This guy.
No chintzy little pores here. Man, it's dark.
Yeah.
Like bourbon is.
Does it say on there?
Oh,
Anyway.
that's barrel proof.
It is barrel proof, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
strong.
That's right. Barrel proof, 64.6% alcohol by volume, which is 129.2 proof. It's limited edition bottles. They are out of Buffalo Trace Distillery out of Kentucky. So yeah, it's got a killer color to it.
Smells so good.
Yeah. With that high of alcohol content, I would think it would sting the nose a lot more.
It's not bad.
Definitely got that barrel. A little bit of
the
barrel.
oak and the...
Yeah, it's oaky. You got that going with it. And you still got caramel and vanilla.
Yeah.
That's such a standard, or I don't know, is that the right word?
Well, like we said before, like bourbons are so strict on how they make them that
right.
It's got a what's the word I'm looking for? Let's say regular smell, but not regular.
Consistent.
Similar, yeah, consistent, yeah. It's almost got a little fruitiness to it to me.
Yeah, I totally see that.
Not like weed, but just like a...
If you get your nose a little too far down into the Glencairn glass, then the alcohol burn will start to come up. And you don't want to get too much, because if you get too large amount of alcohol through your nose, it kind of deadens the senses, and you won't pick up some of those little nuances. But it has a fantastic
I get a
nose.
real earthy smell to it. That's probably the barrel and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting, that char. That char. Kind of an orange. I get, that orange zest, like when we're making our mint juleps. Mm-hmm. You zest that orange, that rind. I kind of get that.
Or old fashioned.
Old fashioned.
A guy can make a drink, but he can't remember what they're called. It's awesome.
It's terrible. Yeah, that orange zest.
Mm-hmm. Give her a taste.
Yeah, buddy.
Ooh, it's super caramely, like right off the bat.
Yeah.
Sweet, caramely, and then the heat of the alcohol.
Mm-hmm. On the front of the palate, yeah, you get that caramel, and is it molasses or?
Yeah, sweet. It's like syrup.
And it lingers too.
Syrup.
It's still going. You can still.
Oh yeah.
It's got some depth to it. Then you get that alcohol burn as you swallow it, otherwise known as a Kentucky hug.
Nice and warm.
Yeah,
Delightful.
it is. That's not bad.
That's really good.
Yeah. Now I wonder if we would have put that in the blind, what would we
Like,
be
ow,
it's
terrible.
$12 bourbon.
I don't know. It's pretty compared to
is.
those. It's pretty because those were all pretty young. We didn't have any super old ones.
Yeah.
I think that
Probably the oldest for sure guarantee would be the bottle and bonds, because by the law they have to be a 4 years minimum. They're 4 years and up.
Yeah.
And there is a 10-year in there. Isn't the McKenna 10?
yeah, that's a 10 year.
So
And I think the 107's 8 years or something, isn't it?
yeah, 7, 8, yeah.
Anyways, this is
That's nice. I like it. I think if we'll sit here and try them, and they're going to open up, because with any bourbon, you don't want to drink them rapidly. You want to let them sit, because as they sit, they're going to oxidize. Flavors are going to change, and I'm curious how this is going to change as it sits on the counter up there too, on the shelf.
oh yeah. It's crazy how much alcohol's in there, but it's not.
Right. It doesn't.
I mean, I could. It is. It's you can tell it's hotter than normal, as far as that. But I can get so many flavor there. Usually, if it's one of those barrel proofs, a lot of times if I don't add water to it, it's just like
you can feel it.
Yeah.
It's pretty coating. I got it to the sides of my mouth, and it's pretty. It's strong. You can tell there's alcohol in it because my tongue's a little tingly,
Yes.
as it were. What do you think? Should we add a splash of water, or see if it does anything to it?
Yeah, we could. I mean, it's high enough proof.
Grab our Kentucky mixing water. If you don't have this, distilled water is just fine.
I guess it is a little warmer than I thought.
Yeah.
A little bit of Grandpa's cough syrup.
Can't hurt. I was going to put something. We'll just do a little teeny dribble. Just a little drop.
Some Berlini.
Let it mix. You can tell, like, bourbons, they do all have a consistent color to them, but the longer they sit in that barrel, the darker they do become. And I know that some of the books that I've read, and it talks about if you get a bourbon that's so dark, it's generally going to be so oaky that the flavor is going to not be that good. It's just going to be over oaked.
And I've seen a lot of reviews or read a lot of reviews that say there's that certain age where once it gets past that, it's just the oak takes over, like you said. So, but this one,
that's not
bad
the
to
case
me.
in this. The water, I think it pulls up more vanilla.
oh my, totally.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
I think you get more of the vanilla, and there's a bunch of nerdy stuff that goes on with when you add water. It does
By nerdy,
molecular
you mean
changing
totally
and
awesome.
stuff. Yeah, changing it so that it changes the flavor. But I can't quote any of that stuff.
Really?
No.
I'm shocked.
I will say I'm impressed. A lot of the
too.
YouTubers out there, they do like ratings and all that. I don't know. It's hard to put numbers on stuff, don't you think?
It'd be hard for me.
Yeah.
Because like we do, like when we did the blind taste test, I think I like something, and then it's, like the wild turkey. It was my favorite, and it was my least favorite in that test. And
right.
So how do you... It's hard when you can see the label, you know what it is.
Yeah.
You know all the
hype and the publicity
behind it,
and virtually impossible to get it. I mean, like Josh was saying, our state has a lottery system. We've been putting in for Stagg, Weller, Thomas Handy, all of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection for 4 years.
Yeah,
at least. Along with the Pappies and everything else. Yeah, I mean, his luck.
That's not really like winning, I guess, because you still have to buy it.
Right.
But
you get the option,
you get the
privilege
honor to buy
of spending money on it.
Right.
And our we live in a liquor control state. It's $98 for a bottle. So with tax and everything, it's like $107 for all the Buffalo Trace antique collections. And I know on the secondary market and auctions, they're going for $800. So the second we cracked it, no resale. But guess what?
That's why we have it.
That's why we have it, because
Good bourbon
is meant to be open.
Absolutely.
Enjoyed with your friends and family, and that's the whole point.
Right.
Like Freddie Johnson said in the most awesome movie, Neat, if you haven't seen it.
Which we have.
A couple times.
He got a little emotional.
I did. I'm trying to fight back to getting choked up right now. But
that's great.
It is cool, and we're planning a mancation to Kentucky.
Absolutely.
Tour all the sites. Meet Freddie, hopefully, again.
Yeah.
He was very nice when I met him the first time. It was awesome. But it talks about he opened a bottle of Pappy 20 he was given by Julian Van Winkle, and he had it with his father and brother 9 months before they passed away, and his dad said, don't put that bottle away. We're going to sit here and enjoy it and tell stories, and that's the whole point of it. So I couldn't agree more.
Didn't they polish the whole thing off?
They did. They were not driving anywhere, I'm sure.
Yes, drink responsibly.
Okay.
What were you saying?
Let's see. Oh, the only one in the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection that's not a rye is the Weller.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's got such a...
It does, though.
Sweeter.
I definitely detect that.
It's like a weeder.
Sweeter weeder. Mm-hmm.
I get you know what I'm getting? I hear people say a lot that I don't think I've had before. Toasted marshmallow.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't.
I really haven't experienced that with bourbons, but I hear it a lot.
Yeah, I do
that
too.
sip, once we put a little water in it,
Mm-hmm.
I got that.
I am not.
Totally.
I would like to.
It's delicious.
I would drink water on my 1970s vintage Tupperware.
My kitchen glass. Yeah, it's good. I like it.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely worth it.
I was worried. You never know with these if you're going to get,
Don't.
like you said, the hype, or is it? Or it's good.
And you put them on a pedestal.
Yeah.
You know, it's such a huge thing, and people are searching it, and you see the secondary prices, which are ridiculous, and the flippers, people that are standing in line and buying it or win it in lotteries, and then they just turn around to sell it, which is really crappy because it detracts from all the rest of all of us whiskey lovers that just want to have it to enjoy it. It's not about making a buck on it. It's about enjoyment, and that's really what it's all about. It's
not a retirement plan.
No.
It's something I want to enjoy. Well, I went to, here's a little side note, visited some family in Southern California and went to the local, convenience store, and they had Weller 12. They had, I don't know, at least 6 bottles, $200, which we get here for like $26.
Yeah.
And the guy, so I was talking to him, and I asked him, is that really the price? Because I don't know how it works in California. And he's like, oh, yeah, this is actually, of course, this is a good price. And I'm like, well, where I live, I get it for $26, $27. He's like, nope, you're lying. I'm like, I'm not. I'm telling you, it's just that kind of markup for something that, as much as we love the Weller 12 year, it's not a $200 bottle of bourbon.
No.
It's just not. And
It's
so
not.
that kind of sucks, I think.
It does, and it's become increasingly difficult here to get. It's now a lottery. You got to put in for it, where years ago, if you were good friends with your liquor store managers, and you spent enough money, which we do.
Oh, well, I spend money too, but you're good friends with him. He chats him up like it's good.
Yeah.
Good business sense.
It is. So they remember, and they're like, oh, yeah, he's a great customer. When we get our allotment, because it's an allotted whiskey, they would give me a call, and I would say, hey, can I please get 4 bottles or whatever? I would try to get as much as I could, because the Weller 12 is probably, it's one of my favorite bourbons of all of them, just because it's so consistent and high vanilla, but they're just too hard to get. Yeah, it's opening up even more. Mm-hmm. It's easier on the nose now that the water's dropped down some of that ABV.
Yeah, I'm really getting that toasted marshmallow.
I am not.
That's good. It's actually a perfect, for me, that's a perfect description of it. Because the toasted, you know, like the barrel and stuff, and then the marshmallow sweet. And
how much water did you put? A little more?
A half gallon.
Oh, there you go.
Just kidding. A little more than you did, probably 2 teaspoons. I don't know, you probably put about a teaspoon in. I think I did a little bit more because I feel like you said, when you put some water in there, a lot of times, especially if it has a high alcohol content, you're missing out on some of the flavors because it kills your taste buds or whatever. I mean, I don't think it kills them. It numbs them.
Oh, man. That's fantastic. It really is.
Yeah, I'm impressed. If you get a chance to get this, I would definitely advise it.
Yeah, if you can find it.
For a normal price.
Yeah, don't pay a large sum for it. It's
Just
probably
for the going price is definitely worth it.
Absolutely. All day long, I would pay $100 for it.
Absolutely.
It's definitely worth it. Plus, it's cool in the collection. So now we've got two in the collection now. William LaRue Weller and the Stagg. So we need the other 3. We're trying. Eventually, we'll get it. Some of our next video we're talking about doing is going to be how a 3 blind flight of Scotch, just like we did the bourbon, only it's going to be with Scotches. Josh is going to pour 3 for me, and I won't know. I'll pour 3 for him, and he won't know, and then we're just going to taste them. There could be Scotch, like I said before, is incredibly diverse from regions, like your fruit, real high fruit, or your Highlands and
because you'd have to do 3 like of the same area, like 3 peated ones or 3 Highlands, 3 space. I think because if you put 3 completely different Scotches out, it's not really a fair comparison. It's like comparing
that's true.
Milk to a Coca-Cola to
a
beer or something.
That's true. You'll taste a fruit, a Glenlivet, and all of a sudden taste a Lagavulin 16-year, and you're going to be like, holy cow, that's peat. I know what that is. And then the high peat ones tend to coat the palate so much, like the Ardbeg review I talked about. It really deadens the senses for the other Scotches because they're so
you'd have to try that one
strong.
last.
And if it's blind, you don't know. It might be your first one, and then the other 2 are like.
But honestly, if it's blind, you'd smell it.
You would. That's
smell
true.
A little like campfire.
Like,
all right, I'll save that one till last.
Camphor.
Anyways, this is supposed to be about the Stagg. Trailed off a little bit.
We did. It happens. So anyway.
And if if any of you out there can think of things you want us to try for whatever reason, you can put it in the comments. We got see stuff behind us, except for not cracking that Pappy 23 years, so don't ask about that one.
No, that one.
But everything else I think is open. So
yeah, everything else. Yeah. The Pappy 23 is getting opened this summer
for somebody's 50th.
Yeah. Who could that be?
I don't know. Well, you're only 28, so it's not you.
I look a pretty rough 28 then. So that is coming this summer. We're going to make a video on the Pappy 23 that my wife won and gave to me for Christmas. It's one of the videos. Yeah. So, you got anything else to add, buddy?
No, I mean, like I said, it's supposed to be about the Stagg, which is delicious. I think we both really enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
And I would recommend getting it if you have the opportunity, unless it's ridiculously priced. It's not worth more than what retail is.
Yeah, it's not.
But it's really good.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. So.
I agree 100%.
Cheers,
everybody. Remember, like and subscribe. Tell your friends if you enjoy what you see. You get a kick out of us. Tell more friends so we can grow. And as always, enjoy your whiskey or bourbon any way you like. Till next time. Cheers.